So the unknown mystical statue in the middle of the desert that no one knew what it was, and Games Award was constantly vague posting about like their teenage girls, turns out to be one of the best things ever. If you are not excited for this, maybe you don't know what's happening. Maybe you don't know how actually huge this is. Because this is one of the most best things ever, and well, let's be honest. A lot of people, including myself, kind of suspected that it could potentially be at least related to that thing. But let's face it, we knew what it wasn't. It wasn't God of War, it wasn't Diablo 4 Paladin class, even though that's coming and everyone knew that that's coming. But listen, if you're Blizzard, you're probably not going to spend a couple of millions on a promotion for an already dead game. So it was not Diablo 4. In any case, it was Larian Studios. That's right, the people who brought you Baldur's Gate 3. One of the best games of all time. Honestly, easily still the best game of all time. Actually, you know what? Let's look at this. Baldur's Gate 3 SteamDB. Let's see how many people are still playing this bad boy, okay? There it is. Let me share the screen so you can see it. Look at this. 93% positive rating, 35k players still playing, an all-time peak of almost 900k. Baldur's Gate 3, if you missed this or didn't hear about it, was massive. This game was beloved by everyone. Obviously, it swept the Game Awards, it did everything. And Larian Studios, this studio right here, got an incredible amount of love, respect, and especially its CEO, Sven Winkle, who actually said so. Unexpected pro-consumer, pro-gamer things, and he has continued saying them, okay? He doesn't blame the audience, he doesn't do any of that, he doesn't pander to the vote, he just wants to make a good game, and make it as good as possible, which is lovely. And so, the release of the statue, I'm not going to show the trailer for, we don't even know what it's supposed to actually be called, because currently it's still vague, because, this is Divinity, but if you don't know anything about the Divinity franchise, it kind of splits on two parts. So there's Divinity Original Sin, and then there's Divinity something 3 now. So we don't know what this is. Is it Original Sin, or is it Divinity 3, or whatever it's supposed to be called? I'm not an exactly expert on these games, but that's kind of still confusing for a lot of players. But in any case, this is obviously massive. Again, I'm not going to show the thing. This is going to get me demonetized in 5 seconds because it is good. It is brutal. It is exactly everything that you want to see. Well, that's why they call it Original Sin, I guess. And it is exciting. Okay? It doesn't matter what happens. This game is probably going to sell more than Baldur's Gate 3. It's probably gonna sell more at this point than Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes out, because this looks absolutely stunning. Everyone trusts Larian Studios. This looks amazing. I want it. Everyone else, honestly, obviously, also wants it. And there are absolutely no hurdles to overcome at this point, because, well, needless to say, a game that has probably sold 20, 30, 40 million copies. I don't remember how much Baldur's Gate sold, but judging from the player peak here and everything else, they probably sold a minimum of 20 million copies. Probably 30 or 40, honestly, at this point, considering the fact that it's still played by literally 35k people daily. And I mean, that is extremely impressive. Look, 900 2023, and then 2024, it's this thing. These numbers have been insane, and only now has it recently slowly started to sink down. It is insane. This is a very extremely good game without any questions, obviously. Now, friendly reminder for everyone who is now a Baldur's Gate game, well, franchise fan or whatever. A Baldur's Gate 4 is coming, and do not buy that. Do not even look at it. Do not give its trailer views or support it in any way because it's made by Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast is responsible for Baldur's Gate 3 almost not existing or being extremely bad. Because Wizards of the Coast is a uniquely talentless, bad, incompetent, and above everything else, woke company. They literally took the Lord of the Rings franchise, got the rights to it because the Tolkien estate is just money hungry at this point, and then they made everyone black. Yes, this is canonical. This is literally Magic the Gathering I'm talking about. Every main character pretty much became black when Wizards of the Coast got it. So they almost ruined Baldur's Gate 3 because obviously the good part was that they didn't expect Baldur's Gate to be successful, so they didn't pay that much attention to it. But they still almost ruined the franchise with their stupid oversight and whatnot. And these people are making Baldur's Gate 4, if you did not know. Yes, it's happening, it's coming. Wizards of the Coast saw, wow, someone made a good game and people bought it. Let's mooch off their name and try to get as much money as possible from it. Needless to say, I don't. When it's gonna be time for this game to come out and stuff like that to happen, listen. There's me, and there's gonna be a lot other people talking about how you should not buy Baldur's Gate 4. Because we literally do not need to know any news about it. We know it's gonna be bad because it's done by Wizards of the goddamn Coast. So yeah. But the Divinity Original Sin is very hyped. People are extremely hyped about it. And, well, needless to say, it does make sense because, yeah. Well, a lot of people are saying it's Divinity Original Sin 3. This is before the announcement. And, I mean, it's Larian, baby, at the end of the day. So I think that's honestly all that matters. So if you did not know, now you know. And again, remember, the bears do things. In any case, that's pretty much it. Have a nice day. Bye.